Hello everyone, this session is about cybersecurity awareness. Let's have a quick introduction. So I am Sarwar Jahan. I have been working in information security domain for last 10 years, and the context of this session is there are many cybercrime happening nowadays with this increase in digitalization of everything. Everything is in our pocket, in our devices, handheld devices, like starting from social media, internet banking, movie ticket booking, or any other kind of things. We are dependent on the technology. And there are cyber criminals who are targeting the company's applications as well as the end users. And most of the attacks from the end user side, it happens because of awareness, lack of awareness. In this session, I am going to discuss about all the different kind of attacks, how the hackers or cyber criminals are targeting the people, and how we can be like proactive and also vigilant to avoid such kind of attacks. Let us see through the agenda. First, we will have an introduction to information security. We will understand hackers' mindset. Then we will see the impacts. When any attack happens, what are the different impacts? We will see the root cause why the attack happens or attacks are possible. Then we will have some demo attacks. We'll explain the attacks different scenarios, and then we'll discuss about best practices to help protect ourselves. The introduction goes like information security is a practice or a domain in which we work on protecting information or data from bad actors, that is hackers. Now let us see what are the type of hackers. First type is the black hat hacker, who are cyber criminals who do hacking to gain money or to gain reputation or to damage someone else. Now other is ethical hacker like us. So what we do is we work for a company or we do freelancing to protect the data system and information of organizations or people from bad hackers, that is bad hat hackers. Now let's see the hacker's mindset. What motivates the hackers? And another question is who are the targets? Okay. Talk about motivation. Who are the black hat hackers? The motivations behind them is money. They want to earn money. Hacktivism or disruption. They want to target some government organizations or some ideas. They think they are superior and they are helping others or they are doing some revolution. So with that mindset, they do hacking or also even for fun. So some bad hackers are doing hacking to gain some fun or do some activities like which please them. On the other hand, white hat hackers, we feel like it is a sense of responsibility to protect information or people from hackers. We feel pride what we do, and we also get reward or reputation from our organization or from people when we do some. It is kind of like we can do freelancing or we can do like social activities and we feel like a pride. Who are the targets? Organizations can be a target, or all the assets, applications, resources within the organization can be a target of the hackers, or even the end users who are not at all a company or some technical background. Normal people, you and I, who are working or using digital applications or devices, we end users can be also a target for hackers. Now let's see what are the impacts. The first impact happens is the reputation damage or brand damage. So whenever any hacking activities or any incident happens with respect to a company, that company loses its brand value. So it impacts the reputation of the brand, resulting in increase of cost. Why? Because whenever an application is attacked or a server or resource is attacked, the company or organization has to fix it. So fixing them, it is a huge cost for them. Also lawsuits. How lawsuit? Because in there are many government rules and policy and cyber laws to protect the data of the consumers, right? Now suppose an application is very reputed and big and some cyber attack happened and customer data or user data is compromised. Now those customers, clients or users can file lawsuit against that company itself that their personal data or financial data was compromised because of the hacked application of that system or company. Now the company has to pay a huge amount to the consumers or clients as part of the lawsuit. So with lawsuit also companies lose a lot of amount or money if there is an attack, cyber attack or cyber incident. Now with respect to users, we lose our money if suppose I am a normal user, end user, and my bank account has been hacked by a hacker. So that hacker might have stolen money from my account. So here with respect to end user, we are losing our money. And also data, our personal data, sensitive information can be stolen by hackers. Now let's talk about the root cause or why the hacking happens or some application is weak. So few of the technical aspects are weak design and architecture of applications or infrastructure, insecure coding, the people or developer who are building the applications, if they are not following the security best practices, coding best practices, application or the services become inherently vulnerable. Then insecure deployment or configuration. People who are deploying the applications and configuring them and maintaining them, if they are doing it insecurely, again, it opens the door to the hackers. And nowadays, most of the applications use third-party components. If an application or company uses vulnerable third-party components which already have known security issues, and by including them in the application or the product, they are making their product vulnerable. This is also another major reason why applications or services become vulnerable by using outdated or vulnerable components. Last one is backdoors. What happens if a backdoor means like it is intentionally a entry point for the application or the server or services made by the developer intentionally or by some state sponsored hackers. What they do is they will keep a loophole in the application intentionally so that when the application goes to production or live, hackers can enter into the application through this loophole. So those kind of things are called backdoors. And last but not the least is lack of awareness. The main agenda of this session is to express or explain the scenarios where end users are becoming victim of cyber attacks because of lack of awareness. So we'll talk more about this aspect in the upcoming slides. Now let's see few of the attacks which happen in the wild. Okay, first one is called phishing or wishing attack. This is an attack where attackers or hackers or cyber criminals will send some communication to the victims, that is end users, which seems like it is coming from a reputed or trusted source. It is coming, but it is actually coming from the hacker or bad actor, which instructs the end user to perform some activities. If the end user or the victim, if they follow the instructions, whatever is mentioned in the communication, then they are targeted and they will become a victim of the attack. Okay, we'll see what it can do in the examples. First mode of phishing attack is the email, via email. So you or the end user or the victim can receive an email which may seem like coming from a trusted source or trusted organization, and which will have some link. Either it has a link which will be controlled by the attacker, and the message in the email will say you to click on the link to do something like your any actions to be performed by clicking or visiting the link. Okay, this is one way. Another one is via the attachments. So the attacker will attach some malicious file. Malicious means some bad file which will be having a malware or some other kind of bad software. Once you open the attachment or download the attachment, it will run the attacker supplied executables. It will have some executable instructions within the file which will execute and infect your system, I mean the victim system. Second one is via social media. So nowadays everyone is on social media. We do like lot of social media activities from our phone devices, laptops and systems. And attackers also know that. So what they will do, they will target the end users or victim via social media. One way is posting some like attacker controlled web page link in the social media post or personal chats as well. So they may send some link to you or post something on your wall or your publicly available messages. And when any victim clicks on those links, they will get attacked or they will be the victim. Another one is by sending malicious attachments in posts as well as chats. So attacker can send the malicious attachments or executables or some malware using posts or chats using social media. And if the victim opens those files, they will be attacked. And last one is via phone call. So attacker may also call the victims, try to impersonate some bank or financial organization or whatever applications you are using. They may try to uh, seem like calling you from a trusted company, and then they may ask you to perform some actions or they may extract data from you, like doing social engineering, trying to get your credentials, passwords or OTPs, and then they will attack you. So we'll see the different examples now. So I am going to show you one by one. First we'll see one phishing email. Here, if you can see, the victim received an email from supposedly a financial organization, which looks like a global pay, globalpay.com. It looks like a valid domain and financial email. And the subject says restore your account. Means this victim received the email which says restore your account, means he thinks that his account was somehow something bad happened to his account and he has to restore it. And the message body or mail body says, dear customer, they are regretting to inform that his account has been restricted or blocked, and to continue using the services he has to open the attachment file attached here and update his login information. Means he has to provide his login information, username, password or any kind of credential. And here you can see the attachment is an HTML file. Okay, that means it will look like a page, phishing page. So which if the victim opens this file will look like exactly same as the actual website, the financial organization website, but it will be controlled by the hacker itself. And when this page is opened, downloaded and opened, it will ask for entering the login information like username, password. And if the victim provides the username password and click submit or reset, then that username password goes directly to the attacker and then account compromise happens. So this is the example of if you receive a malicious or any kind of attachment over email which will say you to perform something. Never do that. Second example, here it looks like the victim has received the message from PayPal. So you all know what PayPal is. It is also a like online digital wallet or digital payment system. Here, for confidentiality, the victim's name and details are masked. So you can see PayPal response required. Seems like a genuine PayPal message, but it is not, because from in the from or the sender detail, if you see, one is looks like a PayPal, but the other email, which is the attacker controlled email, is outlook.com. So they are somehow trying to abuse the PayPal's actual service email and also adding their own email. So actually, if you see, this service at intl.paypal.com is the name. So they have created one email user in the outlook.com and name they have put as paypal.com, which looks like genuine. This is how the hacker tries to fool the victims. Okay, they try to send emails where looking at this name part, it looks like coming from PayPal, but it is not PayPal, it is just their name what this hacker has put for his account in the outlook.com email ID. So they kept the name as PayPal, but actually the email ID is outlook.com. This is how we have to distinguish between a genuine site and untrusted sender. So here the actual sender is service.epaypal at outlook.com, who has kept his name as service at international.paypal.com to fool the victims. Now this mail has come and it is asking us in that victim to log in using this link or go to the resolution center. Two links are embedded within the post, and the message looks very genuine with PayPal genuine logo and how it looks like the actual genuine email and this email. So now if the victim clicks on any of these links, it may again ask for entering credentials, login credentials. If they enter the details there, those things will go to the this person, I mean the attacker. This is how they steal your credentials and sensitive information using phishing email. First example we saw using malicious attachment. Second one is by attacker control links. Now let's go to the third example. Here also it looks like attacker has, again you see, subject is, I mean the user's name is American Express. So if the victim just looks as the American Express and does not verify the email ID where the message has come, they will be a victim. So here you see American Express, but the actual attacker's email ID is something different. And then the attacker again sent them similar kind of messages where it is telling review your information. Your account is temporarily suspended until you verify your account. Then it asks for all the sensitive details. Click here to review your account now. Again, a link embedded within the email body and the logo and everything. Style of the message, you can see email body, message subject, everything looks genuine. But when the victim clicks on this link and visit the site, either what happen, they whatever they enter sensitive data, it will go to the hacker, or from this site another malicious application may be installed into the victim system. So these are the scenarios or the examples of phishing emails. Now let's see how attacker can perform phishing or attack using social media. Let's see. So here you see it, you may be aware of this social media platform. I will not say the name, but here what happens, attacker posted some message, wall post. In that post they have mentioned that they finally found best source out there for all the latest ringtones. Here you can see ringtones. Okay, so earlier what used to happen is phishing emails or phishing messages were having some kind of spelling mistakes, okay, or some kind of shaky words or sentences or grammatical mistakes, from which we could understand it is like some phishing mail or phishing message. But nowadays it is so much sophisticated attacks, targeted attacks, where it is very difficult to understand whether this is a phishing or genuine. So we have to be very much careful. How to do that we'll see in upcoming slides. Okay, so here just for the example, in this social media, this hacker has posted a message which says that where you can download the latest ringtones by visiting this website. And if you visit this website or any victim visits this website, then again the same thing happens. What happened through email phishing, same thing happens here. This page will be attacker controlled and it may ask for sensitive details, or it may install some malicious software into the victim system. Okay. Now by malicious software, what it can do, when a malicious software is installed in the victim system, it can have like all the privileges in your system. It can steal your data, which will be acting like a spyware. It can delete all your data, which will be used like a disruption software. It can encrypt or lock all your data, and then they may ask you for money, so that if you pay the money they will unlock your data. That is called ransomware attack. Okay, so by malicious software, they can also install keyloggers where whatever the victim will press using their keyboard, those keystrokes will be sent directly to the hacker. So if you are doing any financial transaction, log into any banking applications, those username, password, whatever you enter, it will be sent to the attacker's machine or attacker control page so that they will compromise your credentials. Next example is again from Facebook. Some people have put some videos which says like cheerleaders gone wild, have to see this, and they have put some videos, or they can put some images also. Okay, and then if you try to visit, so people tend to go and see something which is like viral videos, viral images and all, and hackers know that, so they will embed their malicious piece of code within the video or the image, and they post it over social media. Now, all the victims who click on those videos or click on those images, they will be attacked. So again, some malicious software can be installed to their system, or there, there are wide range of attacks which are technical terms, which are out of scope for our understanding. But I would say like they can forge your requests. So hacker can send requests on behalf of the victims to the target applications. That kind of attacks can also happen. So later what happens, victim's account, some action will be performed from hacker. So such kind of attacks are also possible, and through how? Through videos or images. And the last one is an example which happened with me. I mean, the hacker or attacker or scammer tried to scam me. But as I am aware of this kind of attacks, I successfully tackled it. But I will show you how it happened. So this is a WhatsApp message video. I'll show you. You can see I received one message one fine day. Someone from unknown number, it looks like an Indian number, sent me a message, hello. So I responded. From looking at the message and all, I understood this is a scamming message. So I asked, who are you? So this person replied, seems like copying some other genuine HR person's ID photo and all. This person or this scammer sent me message like to show me a valid identity, and then saying she was an HR manager from a company and they are offering online jobs. So, after the pandemic, many people lost their job due to the recession, and also some youngsters they want to earn some extra pocket money. So, these scammers are trying to target those people. Okay, so they mentioned that they can pay 4,000 per day, 4,000 rupees per day. You can just calculate how it will be your 30 days or some whatever days you work. Then I asked, okay, tell me the process. Then they are saying that we have to go to the Google Games, I mean Google Play, and give some review to some games, okay, apps. So Ludo Bhai and Fisdom, and we have to send screenshot to them, and then they will make payment. So as these Google Play Store is relatively safe, so I just to see what are the next step they are trying, I just went to Google Play and took some snapshots and sent to this person. You can see below. Then after I send the screenshots, then I would ask for how will they pay. So I asked how will you pay? They told that they will be online banking and they will have to pay the taxes. So they will make the payment by a net banking. So I just took some snapshots and sent to him. Then this person is saying, okay, great. Now before they want payment, they will need more information. So slowly they are trying to ask me more information. This person asked me for my age. So you may think, okay, what will happen if we give our age? But from your age, they will get to know your year of birth. They will calculate. And most of the time, what happens in our financial transactions, our year of birth or date of birth are verified, right? Those are used as a verification. So these people will try to extract data from you by talking. This is called social engineering. So this person asked my age, but I gave wrong age. Okay, let's see. So he's saying, okay, great. Now you see this person sent me a link. As this number is not added to my phone, So WhatsApp has disabled this link. If this person is added to my phone, I mean the contact, then this link could appear as a link, clickable link. But here, as this is not a contact, this link is as a text. This is the safety mechanism by WhatsApp. Okay. So from your contacts, if someone sends a link, it will appear as a link. Non-contacts, it will be a text message. But this is how the scammers will send you a link. As soon as if you click the link, something bad will happen or something malicious will happen. So I did not do that. I know about this attack, so I did not click on the link. Then this person also gave some code. We don't know what this code is, but maybe this is something with respect to my account or something. They might have found this code something. You can see the last 5 digit is my phone number only. Phone numbers 5 digits, correct? So they have some code. It may be some UPI transaction or something may happen using my phone's identity. Okay, so this is how they try to scam and extract money. Now he is saying that I have to contact the receptionist and ask for money. Then I told that I know about this attack. I work in cybersecurity domain. This is a old cheap trick, and I told that instead of scamming people, they can actually do some good work by helping companies. Why they are scamming? After this message, this person totally went silent and no other messages. Suppose now if I were a normal user or end user or some teenager who wants to earn some money or some job seeker who is in need of money, and if I clicked on this link and provided this code, money from my bank account or wallet or my UPI might have been deducted. So this is how they trick using social media. Okay. Now let's see talk about the next phone via phone call. So here I'd like to give you an example of real attack. What happened was one of my previous ex-colleagues, when he shifted his home, so he wanted a new gas connection. So he searched over Google search by gas connection near me, and he found one phone number which says some gas agency. He called to that number and asked for a new gas connection. So as you know, for opening a gas connection or taking a new gas connection, we have to provide our first page of bank account and our Aadhaar card details. So same thing this person asked, the gas agency asked him, like send us your Aadhaar card scan copy and your phones, I mean bank's passbook's first page and also your registered phone number. So this person provided those details thinking that this is a real gas agency. But in genuinely it was not a gas agency but a scammer or cheater or hacker. Okay. So once he provided the details, that person over the call only told him that they are sending a link to register for the gas agency and provide the address and other details so that next day they will send the gas cylinder. So this person clicked on the link and provided the details. As soon as he provided, he was still on call. Some messages started coming that UPI transaction initiated from his account, like 10,000, 20,000, like that 4 or 5 transaction happened within the call itself, and more than 1 lakh rupees were deducted from his bank account. So he was clueless what happened, so he disconnected the call. And when we try to block our account, we have to call to customer care of bank, and then we have to tell them that disable my account or card, etc. Meanwhile, this cheater kept on deducting money until his account balance became zero. Then he went to the cybercrime department and gave the number. When cyber cell people called that number, that person, gas agency person, or the actual hacker or cheater, he started scolding the cyber security people, I mean cybercrime cell police people. And then that guy called my colleague and told, if you again go to some police and all, next month's salary also will deduct. So clueless and unable to understand what to do next, this person came back, went to the bank, closed the bank account because it was already compromised, and he was unable to stop the deduction also. So he closed the bank account, opened a new banking account, I mean salary account. This is what happens even via call. Slight clicking of an email or link or providing little bit of details from your phone over call also may lead you to a cyber attack or financial attack. Okay, so be very much careful, never disclose any kind of details over phone call. Next, let's see about malicious or dangerous apps. So we use lot of apps which are actually paid version, but what happens is there may be some cracked version where we need not pay. So all the users or end users cannot pay or purchase more and more apps. So what happens is people tend to go to different sources and download cracked version of the softwares where they need not pay. But this is really very dangerous and risky because just imagine the people who are able to bypass the licensing mechanism of applications, they may also include their own piece of code or lines of code within the application which may act like a malware or spyware in your system when you install those cracked applications. So never install cracked apps. Next is apps from untrusted sources. So all the apps are hosted by the applications or providers in the trusted location. For example, Google Play Store, Microsoft App Store, Apple iStore, etc. etc. And also applications or companies will have their own websites where they have download section from where we can download the applications, correct? But if we are downloading some applications from untrusted sources which are not from the actual company, then again there is possibility these applications will have some malicious things within hidden within. So we should be careful on that. Next is overly permissive apps. So when we install any apps in our phone or system, it may ask you for multiple permission. For example, your biometrics permission, your face permission, I mean camera permission, your local storage permission. So we should be very careful. Such apps can read our messages. Such apps can open our camera or our biometric data, which may be used by hackers to steal our data. Okay, our camera, microphone, our biometrics, also our messages. So we receive OTPs as part of message. So if some overly permissive app is able to read our messages without our consent, then what happens is if hacker is able to hack that application, they will be able to steal our OTPs. OTP means one-time passwords, financial passwords. So it is dangerous. So we have to see which are the apps, what permissions they require, and only allow less permissive permission to the app or required permission to the apps only. Next is malicious extensions or add-ons. So when we use browsers, there are many supportive add-ons which help us in our activities when we are doing some operation. Now there are cases where Google Chrome add-ons, extensions or Mozilla Firefox extensions, hacker has posted lot of malicious extensions and those to target the end users. For example, ChatGPT. So you know ChatGPT is not free. Consumers have to pay a little amount to use the ChatGPT features. And then comes there are a lot of extensions or add-ons of Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox, which seems like they are giving free of use ChatGPT features or add-ons, where you have to just view some advertisements and use the add-ons free of cost, right? Now many people wanted to use ChatGPT free of cost and they installed these add-ons. And these add-ons inherently then try to install in your browser, get access, more access to your browser's local storage, cookies, cache, and your system's data, and they used to send those data to the hackers. So this is how we should never install any extensions or add-ons unknowingly from unknown sources. Let's talk about the next type of attack, which is called MITM or man in the middle attack. What happens in the attack is the hacker or the bad actor will be in the middle of the victim and as well as the server. Okay, so how communication happens over internet is we are end users connected to the internet from our devices, and whatever sites or pages or applications we visit, then request goes to the server and response comes back. everything happens over the communication channel on the wire. Suppose the hacker is also present in the network, then they become the man in the middle and they may try to attack us or tamper with our communication. Okay, one real world example we'll discuss now. So here you see Wireshark, that is a tool which is a network packet capturing tool, which is free tool used for network troubleshooting. So it is meant for doing good work, but hackers are using this, hacker can use this as a bad activity also. So when we go visit some other places via airport or via like transportation, we may get some free Wi-Fi. This is a scenario based activity. If you were present physically with me, I could show you the example, I mean live attack or demo, but here I'll just explain, you try to understand the scenario. Suppose you are traveling to a different city, you entered the airport and you see a free Wi-Fi hotspot available there or access point available there. So what we do whenever we see free Wi-Fi, we connect and start doing browsing, right? Suppose you connected to the Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. Now there are two scenarios. Scenario one, the whole Wi-Fi network might be controlled by a hacker or attacker. This is one scenario. Or the Wi-Fi is free and public, so the attacker may also be part of that network. He also might be present there and connected to the same network where the victim or you connected. Okay, that means for man in the middle attack, the hacker or attacker needs to be in the same network. Okay, this is the scenario. So when we connect to any Wi-Fi, either the Wi-Fi may be controlled by the hacker or the hacker also present in the network. Now what happens is, using this Wireshark tool, the hacker will be able to see all the activities which are being performed from us. I mean from our devices. It can be mobile device or laptop or system. Whatever we are visiting or performing, everything going through the network, and depending on the scenario, hacker will be able to see our traffic. Okay, now there are many security measures by the protocols and all, like HTTP versus HTTPS. So HTTP means it is a like protocol using which our applications will transfer data, and HTTP is plain text, means whatever we are entering in the application, it will be going in the channel as a text only. So if HTTP is used, hacker will be able to see data as it is, as a plain text. If you enter any username password in HTTP sites or any sensitive data in the HTTP sites, hacker can see that clearly in the channel. Okay. Now to protect that, applications will use certificates, SSL certificates, that is secured protocol, HTTPS. So if you see, if you have observed all the banking applications, and nowadays everything is on HTTPS only. Okay, but there are ways that if you are connected to the attacker control network, there are ways that attacker may be able to install his own certificate into your system, and then he will be again able to encrypt and, I mean, decrypt and tap into your communication and see what you are sending, even though it is HTTPS. If he is able to install his certificate in your system, there are sophisticated attacks like that where attacker will be sitting in between, and then he will be able to see whatever you are doing, whatever you are browsing, whatever messages you are doing, sending, or whatever financial transactions you are doing. He can steal your sensitive data, credential, and whatnot. Okay, so they can basically monitor each and every activities from the user's devices. Now we have seen lot of attack scenarios and things. We will talk about the best practices, how to be vigilant and save ourselves from such attacks. First one is, never click on any links nor open any attachments or download any attachments without taking the security measures. Means without verifying the details, without verifying the sender. Do not open any attachments. Do not click on any links if you received on email or social media or WhatsApp or any mode. Okay, never click on any links, never download or open any attachments from untrusted sources. Even if it is trusted source, still be careful, because that trusted source or person's at account might have been hacked by the hacker, and then using them they might spread the like malicious things, links or attachments. So be very careful. Never disclose sensitive information to anyone. Your credentials, passwords, secrets are very much personal. Never disclose those to anyone. If you see, when you call bank or bank customer care, they will announce that never disclose your OTP or password to even to bank professionals, right? So keep in mind your sensitive things are totally personal. Never disclose with anybody. While surfing the internet, be very vigilant about your activities, what pages you are visiting, whether it is HTTP, HTTPS, or whether it is genuine or not. Do not enter your details, sensitive details anywhere. Like suppose you are visiting a page, it says that your application or your system has some virus. Click here to download the antivirus. If you get some kind of such messages, never click on those. Never download anything from anywhere, such kind of pop-ups, and never like provide any of your sensitive data anywhere, like any random places. Be very much vigilant. Then suppose you have received some media, some message, some photo, some video, or some information news. Never share or forward those to others, to your contacts, without verifying. Okay, so nowadays what happens, social media is being used to share information, and whenever we see something interesting, we share it to other people, to our contacts and to our friends. We never know, maybe inside that message, photo, video, or link, there may be some attacker supplied or attacker controlled malicious things. And if we blindly share those to other people may be trusting us. Okay, so now we are becoming the medium for the attacker or hacker to transmit his malicious things to others. So be very much careful, never share any forwarded messages, links, or media without verifying to your contacts. Otherwise, you will be also participating in the hacking, and the hacker's motto will be fulfilled. Now, never install cracked applications or add-ons from untrusted sources. Always use genuine softwares, genuine add-ons from trusted, verified source. Never connect to public Wi-Fi to help you prevent from man-in-the-middle attacks. So always use your own devices, carrier media, network, internet, or your home network. Never connect to publicly available Wi-Fi. Keep your devices, mobiles, laptops, systems up to date software updates from the trusted software update only. Do not install update or patches from untrusted sources again. Go to your system security setting, go for check update, and keep your phone devices, all the devices up to date with security patches. Now coming to the setting your password. So never use your commonly known or publicly available data as your password, like your phone number, your first name, last name, your address, your friend's name, your spouse name, your children name, or your pet's name, date of birth. These things are commonly publicly available data or easily guessable data. So never use such easy password or which password is guessable. Always use some strong password, alphanumeric character, minimum 8 to 10 characters, like uppercase letter, lowercase letter, special characters, numbers, combination of alphanumeric characters. And also keep changing your password frequently. So even if your password is stolen or being tried to cracked by the hacker, if you change the password within like frequent half 1 month or 45 days, you are safe. And also never reuse your passwords. Okay, so keep changing your password, never reuse your password, and never use the same password for across different platforms. If you use same password for all your platforms, what happens, one password is compromised means your all the accounts got compromised. So always use separate password for separate accounts. And last but not the least, trust but verify the details. So we have to trust but we have to verify the details. For example, someone, suppose your friend has sent you an email asking to fill some data. Okay, so you have to verify whether it is genuine, whether it is really coming from your friend or someone is trying to impersonate your friend, because in digital media anything can happen, digital world, right? Someone can impersonate others, someone can do identity theft, become other person and send you a message to do something. So if you trust and blindly follow those instructions, you will be also a victim. So always trust people, but verify the details whether it is genuine or not. Then we are safe. Okay. So here we are in the Q&A session. In my previous sessions, the participant asked many questions and I am going to answer those here. The first question was like, what is the secure way of doing banking from mobile devices? From my experience, I can suggest two options. The option A is like keep two separate devices, one for your personal things and another one for banking needs. This is one option. Option B is in few of the latest devices, the phone itself or device itself provides to create two separate users. I mean the multiple users in the device. So go and create two separate users, one for your personal use and another one for banking needs or financial transaction needs in the same device. So that there will be a separate space created and all your banking application you can install in the secondary user, which will be isolated from your personal use, so that even by accident if you install some bad applications in your personal space, it will not be able to impact the banking thing. So these are the suggested uh, options from my end. Second question was, one participant's social media account got hacked and the hacker or the fraudster started sending message to the friends of the participant asking for money. And the question was like how to be safe from such attacks. So first thing is like to follow the web surfing best practices what we discussed in this session. Maybe I am not sure, but maybe the participant clicked on some link or opened some attachments or images or videos from the fraudster. That's how the fraudster got the account access or took over the account of the victim. So here I would suggest that always follow the best practices. Never click on any links and do not open any attachments or images, videos, anything. And do not share your sensitive details with anyone. Create strong passwords so that any fraudster cannot guess your password and get access to your account. This is from the victim side. And then second part is trust but verify. So all the friends of the victim, they should verify the details. When someone of your relative or your friend asks you from money on social media, do not just send the money. First verify the details whether that person is really in need or whether the message is really coming from the person or not. So we should trust people, but in digital thing anybody can impersonate anyone, there is possibility. So always trust but verify the details before doing any financial transactions. Third question was how to safeguard ourselves from other payment system fraud. So in India, there is one AEPS, that is Other Enabled Payment System, where users or consumers can use their Aadhaar number and their biometric authentication like fingerprint to withdraw money or do transaction. Now there is one loophole. The loophole is during this transaction in AEPS system, the system doesn't ask for OTP. I mean, without generation of OTP, the transaction gets successful. By exploiting this loophole, fraudsters will be able to make the transaction on behalf of the users. How they do is, so there is lot of news going on about this other payment system frauds. My guess is that the fraudsters are either collecting the biometrics of the victims from devices somehow, your handheld devices, or they may be able to steal your biometrics, that is fingerprint, from some other uh, location like the land registration or property registration locations. Okay, they may have stolen your biometrics from there. Then they can go to the other enabled payment systems and use your fingerprint and your other number to make the transaction. Now loophole is in there is no OTP requested, because when there is a fingerprint used, the system thinks that the person is present there physically. That's the loophole. And I discussed with one of the directors who is the leading the R&D department of RBI. So I met him recently and discussed with him about this. He told that he is going to talk to the people, responsible people who implements the AEPS system, and he will talk to them to find out a solution and suggest that OTP is also implemented. Now coming to the safest part, from end user side, what we can do is we can go to the UIDAI portal and then log in using our Aadhaar number and our OTP, which is sent to our registered mobile number. Then we can go to the lock biometrics option and disable the biometrics. So lock means disabling. So when we disable the biometric authentication from the portal, what happens? Our fingerprint or any biometrics cannot be used for authentication. Then any fraudster, if they also have your biometrics stolen, they will not be able to perform the transaction. So this is the end user side's current remediation. Next question was how to safeguard ourselves from the UPI frauds. So there are many UPI frauds happening by the fraudsters where they used to send some UPI request, payment request. They will talk to you, I mean the victims, and they will show that they are going to pay the victim some amount. But as soon as the victim opens the transaction, it will ask for PIN, UPI PIN. And when the victim enters the PIN, actually payment happens or money gets deducted from the victim's account and it goes to the fraudster. So what are the best practices there is? Make UPI payments only to trusted recipients whom you trust and whom you are doing a valid transaction. Never disclose your UPI PIN or any kind of secrets to anybody. The main thing to remember is when you are going to receive money in UPI, you need not enter the PIN. Only while making payment, you have to enter the PIN. So if someone is trying to fool you by saying that scan this QR code and I will pay you, never going to accept that. You don't accept that or you don't trust that person. Always remember while receiving payment, you need not enter any PIN. And the last question was, one of the participant asked, he shared his email and phone number in public domains. Is there any security concern? So answer is yes, because our email and phone numbers are very unique and we often use email and phone numbers as our username or user ID to log into the portals, I mean social media or banking account or anywhere, right? So they are considered as our unique identifiers. Now, if you have put your email and phone number which you use for transaction, I mean financial transactions, into public domains, you have already given away your half of the information. That means the user ID or identifier is known to the hackers or fraudsters. Now they may try to steal your password or credential by other means like talking to you, doing phishing attack or social engineering or some other means, or they may try to go and attack the application itself. If there are some application vulnerability, they already know your user ID or login half data, they will try to bypass the other part, that is credential, and try to access your account. So my suggestion is to keep separate identity, I mean email ID and phone number for your transaction as well as personal usage. For example, you create one personal email ID and use one phone number which you can give to public domains so that people can reach out to you or contact with you. Whereas you have to keep another separate set of email ID and phone number which is very much secret to you. Never share that second set of email ID and phone number with anybody, and use those secret email ID and phone number for your banking needs or any other financial transactional ID. That way, your actual login ID, email ID, and phone number will be secret from the public. So these are all the questions. If you have any other questions or queries, please make a comment on this video. And also please do like, share and subscribe my channel so that I can spread my awareness, security awareness to all the end users or common people. Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.